Welcome back to the Take a Sip podcast. My name is Tito.
And I'm Leche.
And as always, Leche, what is up? And what are you sipping on this week?
Dude, it is a freaking blazing hot day today, bro.
Yes.
So the only thing that could quench my thirst literally today is a lemonade, bro. That's what I'm drinking right now. Yeah.
Yes.
What about you, dude?
Well, I've had quite the morning, to be honest with you.
Been all over the place by the sounds of it.
well, already just by the way I'm talking, and you'll probably hear it later on today, I had breakfast with my family this morning, and I'm already 2 very strong mimosas in. Yeah, so what I'm drinking right now too is some iced coffee boba, and I have some water to follow once I finish with that. But yes, it is our final June episode, even though it is technically the first.
The first, yeah.
But to wrap up a month of very heavy games or game news and all that stuff, a lot of game exhibits, if you would call them, or like
showcases.
Game showcases, that's the word.
Yeah,
thank you.
Showcases, yeah.
A lot of showcases. We got not much how to put this, not big articles, just a few updates of a couple of things we've spoken about in the past, but still exciting news as always.
Yeah.
And I mean, let's start with this one. So I don't know if you've ever heard of a game called Spellbreak. Yeah. For people who are listening, it is a battle royale type of game where instead of the usual guns and bows that you normally have, you're picking up gauntlets or like gloves that give you magical abilities pertaining to like ice, fire, poison, earth, air, and stuff like that. And you can even combine certain. Yeah, kind of like that. There was a few videos going through YouTube trying to give this game some hype and put it out into this battle royale pool that we have of games. And I mean, it's a great idea for it. I'm not going to lie. And some of the gameplay looked really clean and stuff. It just never really took off.
Yeah, dude. With the market as saturated as battle royales are already, having another game, another battle royale is just it's underwhelming at this point. And I think, and that's what, unfortunate, right? Supposedly they're closing the doors on Spellbreak. Yeah. They're listing here that the shutdown is going to be, or shutting down the servers early 2023, which is unfortunate because I did hear a lot of good things. Even some streamers that we know from the Destiny community have even played it and really enjoyed and loved to play it. So,
and like I said, it's a different type of battle royales that we're so used to, because a lot of battle royales you have either your melee weapon or it's just guns, you get me? So seeing a magical aspect to it is completely different. And the type of combinations that you can make from either having like your earth glove and then your fire glove, and you can make like a magma ball or whatever that is, and then the different combinations.
All the potential of a good battle royale for sure. It really did.
Exactly.
But it just never took off, man.
Unfortunately, it never took off. But with the servers of Spellbreak shutting down in early 2023, we also got some news that Blizzard Entertainment will be hiring a lot of the
developing team and developers.
A lot of the roughly 100 employees of the staff, and adding them to work for the World of Warcraft team. So they're still pushing WoW really forward. I mean, that's the main game that push Blizzard.
Yeah, it's not all sad news, right, on that end, I guess, because at least some of them, you know, their talents will continue on with the WoW scene, which is pretty fantastic, and I think that's a good group to dive into, especially with the type of game that they even built, you know, surrounding about magic and like all that type of stuff, and then throwing them into like a game as big as WoW, World of Warcraft. You know, it's kind of a great scene for them, honestly. So it's not a full sad day for them. You get me?
You know what they say: when one server closes, another one opens.
Yeah. For the game industry, that's literally how it goes.
And I mean, if they're adding them to WoW, and I get WoW's a big game that's still going, even with WoW Vanilla that came back and everything. I mean, knowing them, Blizzard, especially with everything they've been going through recently, especially with the recent Overwatch news of making it a free-to-play, not every 9-week update type of game, I wouldn't be surprised if later on they start off with WoW and they get transferred over to the Overwatch team to still better develop their skills and put their skills to the test. You got me? And even with what's the other game? Diablo.
Definitely, no, you're wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
But yeah, definitely with like Diablo coming out and everything as well. You get me? So hopefully, like we said, it's sad seeing servers go down. Happy that some of them are still going to have a job right after. And with luck, it even pushes these further games that we already know to be even better, making their teams even stronger as well.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
Just making their already big group into a bigger family, right?
Yeah. And speaking of having a big group and making it stronger and increasing teams, we also got news that the mighty Thor, Jane Foster, is now going to be added as a playable character for the Marvel's Avengers game. So we will now have regular Thor and the mighty Thor, Jane Foster, which Jane Foster, I believe, is the one we're also going to be getting in Love and Thunder, if I'm right.
Yeah, and I think that's the main reason why we even got in that game. It's a publicity stunt, of course. Like, it's part of the ad, pretty much, advertisement on it, which is smart. I mean, it's not a bad idea for sure. Is there other characters that have probably more deserving place instead of her right now? Yes, I would agree. But it is good advertisement. I'm not going to get... I'm not... Yeah. It's really good. Yeah. It's a good idea.
Yeah. And with the Avengers game with adding Jane Foster, I believe this racks up their roster to be about 10 or 11 playable characters. 11 playable characters.
I was going to ask, is Black Panther on that roster? I think it is.
I think he is. I think Black Panther is on that roster.
Because dude, I'm not sure. I think Ezrin has this game. He literally just bought it recently because he said it looked cool. And it does look gorgeous. I'm not going to lie to you. But he says like there's really nothing to do in that game other than it looking gorgeous. But
yeah, it looks good. And then again, too, it's like really
stylized for sure.
Like really how much is like, you replay the game over and over again, but just as a new character.
Yeah. And
yes, there might be one or two specific missions for each character, but then for the most part, if you're sticking together, that's your team, right?
I just wonder, maybe because, if someone tells us like specifically how this game works, do we get skins for each character? For example, like, so I know Spider-Man has dozens of costumes. Like, does he get it? Iron Man has dozens of suits. Does he get those as cosmetics? True. Same thing with any other playable character, you get me? Miss Marvel has dozens of costumes as well. Like, does she have her shit?
Well, as of right now, the roster that I'm seeing is Captain America, Iron Man, Black Widow, Thor, Hulk, Miss Marvel, Kate Bishop, Hawkeye, Black Panther, Spider-Man, and now Jane Foster. With the only, I don't know if it's the only, but it's saying here the alternative outfits / costumes is Old Man Hawkeye and Maestro that goes for Hulk. So I don't know if that goes into full detail like we have in the Amazing Spider-Man games, where Spider-Man can change from his Miles Morales costume to a classic red and blue Spider-Man to
even the, what's it called?
The Iron Spider costume.
That too. I'm talking about like the classic 80s Spider-Man costume, looking like a comic book.
Yeah.
Right, so where it's gonna come out, but comic book literally looking like.
Yeah. There's like the Venom version costume as well.
Yeah.
Which again, is just a cosmetic thing. It doesn't really change how you play the game.
But it's always nice to have something to chase for.
100%.
For example, like you have to have like 100 hours under Spider-Man to unlock like the Cosmic Spider suit, something like that. Have kill 500 enemies with the Iron Man Mark 42 suit to get, to unlock the Iron Giant suit, whatever, the Hulk Buster suit or something like that. I mean, something like that would be nice.
Yeah.
Like that. I hope they do.
And it adds to the playability to the game.
Yeah, it adds really replayability to it and all that stuff. So, man.
I don't know. Hopefully they that's stuff that they could add to it. Because it's still fairly a new game, and at least they're still adding to the roster of characters.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's definitely much more that they could do with it. I don't know campaign wise how the game is either. I really haven't seen any gameplay of it besides of things that I've either heard or read.
Yeah. I mean, when I was seeing Esmond play, all I saw him was moving in the tower, and that's it.
Oh, yeah.
That's all he was like, oh, look how cool this is. And all I just see is Iron Man just going everywhere. Like that's literally all he was doing. I'm like,
yeah.
I didn't see anything spectacular.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know how to go off of that really. One exciting thing that did show up, I mean, I know a couple weeks ago we spoke about seeing the Nightwing and the Red Hood gameplay for Gotham Knights. And just recently, on the 28th of June, we got the gameplay demo of Robin for Gotham Knights. Yeah. So obviously Nightwing is a little bit more acrobatic because of his past. And then Red Hood is more aggressive and weaponry because of the whole storyline that we already got throughout the entire Gotham, Batman Arkham City timeline. Now with this Robin here, he's going to be a little younger than what we've seen with the other characters.
Which Robin is this? Is this Damian Wayne Robin?
I believe this is the Damian Wayne Robin.
Okay, so yeah, he's going to be aggressive as fuck.
So yeah, he's going to be very temper tantrum, teenage aggressiveness.
Yeah.
But slightly acrobatic. We see that we see him have teleportation, which is obviously the smoke bomb that he throws down and allows you to like leap forward somewhere else.
What kind of voodoo shit is? I was gonna say teleportation. What kind of voodoo shit is this?
But I mean, it sticks with the comics. Like smoke bomb, you disappear and you're somewhere else apparently.
Yeah.
He has some slingshots, which seems about right with the young Robin character. Mm-hmm. And obviously, he's most likely going to have his bow staff that will probably occasionally split up to his little 2 sticks. But because the 2 sticks is mostly a Nightwing type of thing, it would most likely just be a bow staff completely. But yeah, he is very melee combat centered with quick attacks, really from close range to mid range. not really long range as like the Red Hood type of character is, but Red Hood is still very tanky in a way, I would say. That's how I saw him anyways throughout the gameplay. Being able to Robin is more of a deceiving character. So there showed a bunch of holograms that he could deploy for like decoys or set up some like dummies during combat to confuse his enemies while still being able to take them down fairly quickly and close range.
It sounds like he's a little bit more strategic and stuff like that in that sense than the other characters. So that would be pretty dope to see. You know, did they show gameplay of Batgirl?
No, so Batgirl would be next.
I was going to say because they showed everyone else but her. So
yeah,
for the main four,
for the main so that was going to be my next point. This makes 3 out of the 4 playable characters, and like we said, it is a co-op type of game. So depending on what characters you choose, is also going to vary from your combat styles. And your partner team styles in a way, alongside with the different types of suits that we were also able to see at one point, where you could focus more on defense, more on speed. So this is what we talk about replayability. There's more factors going into how you play the game than just a set health bar and set combat moves that you could continuously do.
What I'm really interested is, since there is multiple characters, for example, if there's like a solo campaign, for example, does each character have different alternative routes, and do they have different endings? And on top of that, if it is co-op, is there a co-op ending as well?
I would assume so.
That would be dope. That's what I'm saying. That would be really awesome if they did that. But I'm not going to lie to you. I doubt it. I think it'll just be one single one and everyone was there type of situation. All 4 of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because you could, like, if you could switch throughout the characters as well, then you're technically all together all the time, hearing and seeing the same things.
Yeah. So, one can't. I mean, I'm not saying that's bad, but I'm just saying like, that's what I expect them to do. It would be literally out of the ordinary if they did do single campaigns for each.
Yeah. I'm
not saying huge campaigns, differences of each one. Yeah. I'm saying you get me, like maybe different endings. Yeah. Like, oh, like they, Damian did this, Red Hood did that other thing instead, completely different from what he did. Same thing.
Yeah.
Nightwing or Batgirl did it. You get me?
Yeah. Well, it also goes to, if we are sticking with everything that we've seen with these characters so far, yes, you have your main game. If you've played any of the Batman, Gotham City, Arkham Asylum, Arkham City type of games, yes, you have your main story that you do and follow, obviously. But then there's also the side missions where you are looking for the Riddler, fighting the Penguin, stopping Two-Face from robbing banks. I believe the character's name is like Firefly, setting fire stations ablaze, and you have to stop him from that. You have Man-Bat that you have to like hunt down and rescue, so on and so forth. So if there's like little missions for each character after as well.
Yeah,
like with Red Hood, we focus a little bit more on Scarecrow. You got me? Because their timelines cross over from Arkham City. Nightwing maybe focuses a little bit more with, let's just say, Two-Face or Joker, because that's what their timeline crossed when when Nightwing was the Robin during that time. Or even like the Robin we have now focuses a little bit more with Penguin or something, because Penguin knows who Robin's real biological mother is or something. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, throw something in there like that. Yeah.
But it's like, and even with Batgirl focuses on whoever because of her father, Commissioner Gordon, or something like that. That timeline focuses, you get me? So there might be might be separate missions to focus on each of them. But yeah, like we said, main storyline might be all four of them. No matter who you're playing, you're always there or always listening. There.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, at this point, I really can't wait to see what they bring for Batgirl.
Yeah, we'll see, dude. What's the difference between like what she brings to the table?
Yeah,
I think like what her powers. I hope they don't do some weird shit. Like, oh,
she's more of a support character, but it's like she should still be able to hold her own.
Power of taunt and seduction, really. Oh, fuck out of here with that boy. Some actual fucking substance for her, bro.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited, but like you said, nervous to see what they do with her. But from what I'm seeing right now, this game is definitely on my top to buy list. I love that entire game series, and adding another one right now where you're not focused as Batman, you're focused as the other guys. Like, because there was a small section where you were able to play as Nightwing and stuff, even as Catwoman during some missions. But yeah, being able to do that and not have Batman in the picture is almost fresh and starting new with the game in a way.
Yeah, and I think that's what those missions back then were doing. They're like testing the water to see how people are okay with like not being always Batman in a Batman related game.
Yeah.
It was like testing the waters.
Yeah.
And it worked. 100%. It's gonna work by the looks of it.
Yeah. And even still, like there are some cool finisher types of move when you're like in big combat. Yeah. Where like as you're fighting, it's gonna tell you, oh, press Y for a combo takedown. And Batman kicks the character back, and then Catwoman like jumps out from behind, grabs the person's face and slams it down to the floor, and that's the finishing move. You got me.
Yeah, I wonder if you're like playing with other people, if you can do combos like that within characters themselves and stuff.
Yeah.
So we'll see. They has to be. There's no way there's not.
Yeah. It's a major part of the game. You got me. So
it's like a dynamic of the game. Like that's the whole thing they're gonna chop off.
Yeah.
You better replace it with something better then if they're gonna chop that off.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, to finish it off, we spoke again, going back where we spoke about Marvel bringing a lot of their R-rated or very PG-13 shows and films to Disney Plus to make sure they have everything that resides within the Marvel umbrella, keeping it together. One major thing that was under scrutiny a lot was obviously Deadpool, because Deadpool is not just rated R. Deadpool is like rated R plus half the time. Being very...
No, I'm saying he's definitely like out there.
Yeah. Yes. So with Deadpool 3 being announced and shown and all that stuff, there was a there was an interview with some of the writers, Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick, that said to reassure the fans that even though there is this new combo with Disney Plus, that Deadpool 3 is still going to be rated R, to reassure the fan base and stuff that they're not going to be Disney-fied, as they put it.
Yeah, they're not going to put a family-friendly stamp, of approval on it.
Yeah.
They're like, no, they can't with Deadpool, man.
Not with Deadpool.
It won't be Deadpool without the rated R stamp, honestly.
Yeah. And I guess that was part of the confirmation thing they had with Disney when they did this merger. Because I mean, obviously they're not going to go back now and change Jessica Jones and change, Golden Fist?
Iron Fist.
Iron Fist. Why do I always say Golden Fist? I always say Golden Fist, though. I don't know, but it's Iron Fist. You know who I'm talking about.
No, I'm like, you're not wrong, but not right.
But but still, like, they're not going to go back and change all their shows, you get me, just to make it family friendly. But like, when this is who the characters
it's already been filmed. Yeah, I mean, it's already been done. All you have to do is just move it over from one thing to another.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. Like, this was part of the agreements between both of them. Like, you guys don't have to go back, and anything you guys do for these characters, like, that is who these characters are. It's not like we're gonna tell them, oh, well, go back and change Mickey Mouse from being partially racist in old cartoons.
They already confirmed Daredevil, you know, in the MCU. Like, he's already they're already set in stone, just with that little scene that we got from Far From Home.
Yeah.
Whatever it's fucking called, I forgot.
No Way Home.
No Way Home.
But yeah, and I mean, having that confirmation really just knows we're still gonna have the same,
you know, Merc with the mouth, you know, same, you know, Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, you know, or Deadpool as Ryan Reynolds. You know?
It's a mask within a mask.
Yeah, I don't see anyone else being able to play fucking Deadpool though.
100% not. Not now.
Like, I can't see no one play Wolverine other than fucking, you know,
Hugh Jackman. Yeah. Which,
like,
I don't know.
Like, they're solidified as those characters, and I don't think anyone else should and could replace them.
Yeah.
I mean, unless they're, you know, Ultra Universe bullshit. I mean, they're already doing that in them.
Yeah, I was just going to say, did we just forget what that last movie we just watched was? Yeah,
true. Fuck.
But even still then, like, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, from all these A-list actors we have now, who do you see being able to pull another Wolverine? Like, even right now, who would be the next runner-up for Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool? Chris Pratt? Exactly.
He's already Star-Lord.
He's already, well, there's Star-Lord, but then I'm saying, like, he's already set, like, for being Star-Lord and for being the guy from Jurassic Park, Jurassic World.
If Jake Gyllenhaal didn't do Mysterio, I could see him as Deadpool. Maybe. Because when he's funny, he's funny.
Yeah.
When he's serious. You get me?
Yeah. Jake Gyllenhaal would be kind of a long shot, but not as long as other actors would be.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, what Ryan Reynolds has done with the whole Deadpool character, and even Ryan Reynolds is known a lot for comedic timing. He's known a lot for like, when they're filming, he'll sometimes just say his own lines.
What is it called?
Improvising his own lines.
Yeah, he's a good improviser.
Instead of, like, following the script a lot of the time. But even
Robin Williams are, like, really good at, or famous for that.
Yeah. Yeah. And yes, they'll still follow the script and know their lines and stuff, but depending on what is happening at the moment, because obviously when you reshoot something, it's not going to be the same thing all 5 times you reshoot one scene. But for people who don't know how movie works,
I'm also glad that the writers are in agreement with that. Like, they're not going to get silenced by Disney.
Yeah,
like the way they write this character. Like, no, like, you guys do whatever you want, but we're gonna put Deadpool 3 the way we want it to put it for the fans. Literally for the fans.
Yes.
I'm like, good for you, man. Literally putting your foot down to the big mouse themselves. Be like, no. That takes balls, man. I'm not gonna lie. Because probably Disney's like, hey, we'll give you $100 million more for your movie if you Disneyfy it. And they're like, no, probably. They're like, nah, fuck that.
Yeah, we're good.
I mean, they made Deadpool the first one with, like, almost no fucking money, and it almost made $500 million, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
So and then the second one made over, I think, $600 or $700 million. So I mean, it's fucking nuts. I don't see how they're not going to kill this next one, honestly.
100%. And going off with, like, the whole Marvel verse that they're creating here, and if Deadpool joins them and stuff, I just can't wait to see, like, in a major fight, all the characters in the background, and this fucker's just breaking the fourth wall talking to us. Because I mean, that's what he's known for too. Also breaking that fourth wall and the comedic timing and everything. Like it's just, it's all done very well.
Seriously, dude. And they also tease or show here on the IGC website, literally the timeline that they have so far of like shit that's coming. I don't know if you were just waiting to put that towards the end or do you want to go through that now? Because they have quite a few like listing of stuff here, honestly.
Oh, we could go through them really quick.
Yeah, like let's start with like the show that's happening now, which is Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
Supposedly really good. I heard the first episode was shit, but then it actually started to pick up. So, good on that. Usually the first episode on these shows aren't that great for some reason, but they do definitely pick up.
Yeah.
I think the two shows that literally killed it so far, I believe people say is still WandaVision and Loki, I think. Those are still the top two that people say like, oh, they're really good,
WandaVision and Loki were definitely really good. They definitely had a way to continue that trope of leaving stuff on a cliffhanger that you need to watch the next episode. You get me? Falcon and Winter Soldier,
they did the same thing, but I don't like the spy stuff. Me personally, I just don't like that stuff. So that's why I kind of like checked out on that one.
It wasn't even that really. Like there was just so much of like don't get me wrong. Like with WandaVision, yes, you had Wanda mourning over Vision that she created her own world, so on and so forth. There was that whole magical. Yes. I feel like for Falcon and Winter Soldier, they concentrated way too much on the fact that the shield was still Steve's, that a majority of the whole season was just Steve. It's like, okay, cool. Yes, we know it's Steve's. We all love Steve, like America's ass. But like, you guys need to like
get over
get the shield and move forward. Like, I'm pretty sure there's other stuff to worry about besides the shield being Steve's.
Yeah, but I skipped on that one, and then I believe the next one after that was Hawkeye.
Hawkeye, yeah.
Hawkeye was okay. It was pretty good. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Haley Steinfeld definitely killed it, honestly, in her part as being Kid Bishop for sure.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
And I believe they're having a show called Just Bishop, no? Or something of Just Hers.
I just don't know. Well, what followed up after this one? Oh, Moon Knight, right?
Moon Knight. And yeah. Moon Knight, I did watch the whole thing.
I heard
it was a trip. Even with the ending, it added more to it. It did start off a little slow. I will admit that. But for me anyways, after like episode 2 or 3, that's when it actually picked up and you started kind of understanding what was happening. But yes, they took a very long time trying to set up something that I don't think fully worked to their favor.
The thing is, it's hard to explain the character Moon Knight since it's a psychological fucking issue. I think
yes.
And I think I guess the people said like that's the brilliant part about it. Like you're not supposed to fully grasp it because this guy's literally fucking out of his mind because he's literally he has the disorder pretty much.
Yeah. So
it's like you're not supposed to comprehend it 100%. It's supposed to make you keep thinking of like what the fuck did I just watch type of shit.
Yeah, but there's still so many psychological shows and movies that set up a character and a premise fairly quickly that you don't have to focus on that so much like this show did.
Yeah, like a good show of a character that has like that disorder, what is it called? Personality disorder, is literally Legion, which is literally one of the what is it called? He's an Omega level mutant.
Yeah.
From the X-Men. Literally every personality that he has within himself has a different power. up to the point of him being omnipotent and like, you know, omnipresence and stuff like that at the same time. So it's like he literally had unbountiful power.
Yeah.
Because of his multiple, you know, personalities and stuff like that, to the point where he can't control it. But they set a good precedent from the get-go for that show, though. That's the point. And I think that's why it did so well. But I think they struggled with a little bit with Moon Knight for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know. It was definitely weird, like trying to set up a normal guy who just thinks he's sleepwalking and then ends up having one personality. You got me? And then as we're going forward, and even until the end, you're only thinking, okay, he just has two personalities, his normal self and then this other guy. And it's not really spoilers if you haven't watched it. It's not really until the end, like literally the final scene where there's apparently an extra personality. You get me? That's also under the control of the moon god, of the Egyptian gods or whatever. I forget his name, but like it was just a little weird. It did take some random turns. And they introduced
stylized, and I think that's why it made it good for people, because it was good in the sense I heard. Like visually, it's like visually appealing as well.
Oh yeah, the whole visual of it is very trippy, but that's what added to the flavor of Moon Knight. You got me?
And that leads into Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
First episode was slow. Picked up second episode, I heard. I haven't watched it myself yet. I'm waiting until like it finishes so I can like watch it all in one go. Mm-hmm. But so far it's okay. It's pretty good. It's picking up.
Okay.
So
even with Miss Marvel, like you said, it's very bright colors. It's very trippy. It's supposed to be very trippy anyways from what we see in the trailers and stuff, but
that leads into the movies and like future plans, the most recent stuff, or at least for this year. Thor Love and Thunder literally comes next weekend. So that's gonna be dope. That's gonna be awesome for sure. Mm-hmm. So we'll go through movie stuff like probably in another episode for sure.
Probably have a whole nother Marvel episode.
Also coming this year is a Disney short movie, literally called I Am Groot. Mm-hmm. You know, it's self-explanatory. It's literally short.
And that is the cutest freaking promo picture right there.
Yeah, that is an awesome promo picture for sure. That is awesome. And also, which is surprising for me, because I did not expect it to come out this year, honestly, as well. She-Hulk.
Yeah, we spoke about She-Hulk coming out this year.
We did, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's surprising because even when they announced it, I didn't think it was going to come out for this year. I thought they were teasing it like, coming early 2023. I didn't think it was coming 2022 already. You get me?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh shit, okay, cool. Like that's pretty soon, dude. They kind of rushed development on that one then, honestly. Because I think they even had it on like one of their the timeline that they show for shows and stuff, for this show to come out in 2023, not 2022. So I was like, oh, okay. That's good though. Hopefully they fixed the CGI problems they had earlier for sure, dude. Yeah. Supposedly as well, coming this year, they're having a Halloween special.
Yes. It's still not an unofficially confirmed title for it, but we do know we are getting some sort of Halloween special. From what we're seeing, it's probably a character that could shift into a werewolf. But yeah, that's really all the information we're getting from this.
Yeah.
Obviously Black Panther 2, which Wakanda Forever, which is supposed to take place right after Chadwick Boseman's death. So seeing probably how they cope with losing T'Challa, and who is supposed to be the next Wakandan leader, which we're already assuming is going to be his little sister. And if we're seeing what's his face come back, Killmonger come back as another possible character. Well, obviously still Killmonger, but he takes the mantle of Black Panther. Yeah.
We'll see, dude. It's gonna be interesting where that one leads. That's one of those movies I definitely want. I'm like curious on like how they rewrite and rewrote like his character.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be interesting for sure.
Yeah. Which, I mean, we still have a lot in this. I mean, we could definitely save this list and
we'll save this list. Well, that was just for 2022. I was just gonna finish it off for 2022.
Oh, okay.
So the last one that they have slated for 2022 is literally just a holiday special.
Yes.
Related to the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes.
Which I believe is just going to be a short thing. Like it's an event between Thor, Love and Thunder. Like I think it's like after that. And then in between the third Guardians movie, it's a little pre-event that's probably going to lead into that third Guardians movie.
It's a filler episode.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. It's a filler episode leading up to that point.
Yeah.
Which is like, I guess that's pretty cool to hold us off.
Yeah.
For sure. That's going to be dope to end it off for 2022.
100%. But yeah, I mean, that's really it from us this episode. Unless you have one last thing to add, Leche?
No, I do not.
No. Awesome. And I guess that is it from us. Thank you. Oh, where can people find you?
Almost skipped that.
Almost, yeah.
People can find me at Leche Munueso on Instagram. Excuse me. Wow. Leche Munueso on Instagram, or you guys can follow me on Twitch at TechnoFreak95. And how about you, Tito?
And then you guys can follow me on Instagram at OneAlphaPenguin, and I am also on Twitch at OneAlphaPenguin. Follow the podcast on Instagram at takeasip_pod, and also on the YouTube channel. Subscribe to youtube.com/takeasip. As always, the logos are the same throughout all the social medias. On the YouTube, we are posting the episodes. I know we spoke about it a long time ago about doing little side videos that we could possibly be adding up to there. So hopefully we actually get back to that, which I will take blame for being very busy these past few weeks. But yeah, besides that, thank you guys so much for watching. Enjoy your 4th of July if you celebrate 4th of July. Drink some water, always beware of the heat, wear some sunscreen, and we will see you all next week. Sorry for the very low energy episode, if anything, this week. We have both been very busy in our personal lives, but we appreciate you guys as always. So yeah, see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.